We called your office and we told them about this is what the bill is going to be. All we got the answer is hire a security guard, and you were saying we don't need it. Does your office doesn't know about your bill?
We don't say that. We
Yes,
understand
we
that.
heard it. We got the call.
It's a misunderstanding. I'm telling you now.
We would have appreciated if you had consulted the retailers when you prepared this bill. This bill misses the representation of the retailers. This bill, in essence, should be called Retail Business Killer Bill SV 553. This bill does not say anything how our businesses will be protected from the shoplifters, how our business and employees will be protected from the robbers. These two things are missing from this bill. That's why we oppose this bill. This bill SV 553 in its current form. Retailers are different from big hospitals. Retailers are different from Amazon. Retailers are different from Walmart and Costco. They can afford to have their safety officers, their security guys. We cannot afford. We are running on very thin margins. So this looks like has been sponsored by the security companies who want retailers to hire security personnel. Number one. And I tell you who that thing is. That's Amazon. Those are the big corporations. They want us to vacate our 7-Elevens, gas stations, liquor stores, so that we cannot run it profitably, and they will then take over and they will do whatever they want to do.
If you guys want to engage in democracy, ask questions and I'll answer them instead of putting forward conspiracy theories, okay? Walmart is not my friend, all right? I oppose Walmart. If you guys want to make good laws, we can make good laws. If you want to have conspiracy theories, then we could do that.
If they try to stop the theft, then you will be confronted.
That's not in the bill.
That you cannot touch that person. Now, how do I have businesses that have closed just because of that. Many.
The bill does not stop you from having an employee or yourself stop a shoplifter or an intruder. All right, it does not do that.
It does. It does. It does.
But then why that just happened? You guys were gonna take that to the DA, and you guys were almost gonna file charges against that person.
This bill.
Stop
this.
Provision prohibiting the employer from maintaining policies that require employees who are not dedicated safety personnel to confront active shooters or suspected shoplifters. So that means we have to have someone who's like, according to your guidelines, it's a security person, right? It's a special person who had a special training. Can you please explain this?
Yeah. Dedicated security personnel could be yourself or anybody that you want.
Now we have Dave Cortez with us, and he will. ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੋ SB 553 ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਉਸ ਬਿੱਲ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਦੇ ਕੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਜ਼ ਐਂਡ ਕੌਨਸ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਬਿੱਲ ਕਿਉਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਆਥਰ ਆਫ ਦਿਸ ਬਿੱਲ ਅਲੋਂਗ ਵਿਦ ਐਸ਼ ਕਾਲਰਾ ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਸਟ ਕੀਪ ਇਨ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਮਨਦੀਪ ਭਾਜੀ I think I might need someone. Mandeep will be translator when Dave he will speak with you guys about this SB 553, and Mandeep Singh is going to be the translator.
Don't do the translation. Everybody understands English.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
Do we need the translation?
Okay, that's totally fine. Then we don't need translation. Everybody understands English. I'm sorry for that. We have El Grove Mayor Bobby Singh Allen. And she will say a few words before Dave. Thank you so much.
All right, Sat Shri Akal, everybody. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. All right, as the head of APCA and the spokesperson, we have had a wonderful meeting with Senator Cortese. And in that meeting, our national board chair, Bob Aujla is here with us as well. We had a wonderful meeting and we talked to him about the concerns of our small business community. Also, all of the issues that we as retailers are facing every single day. He is a friend. He will be an ally. He is an ally. We know there is a lot of misinformation out there on what SB 553 does or doesn't. So we're going to give him an opportunity to educate all of us on what this bill includes. And so please give him the courtesy and the respect and hear him. He is on our side. He is a friend of our industry. He understands. Apne jehde concerns hage, he understands. So please, let us give a warm welcome, a respectful welcome to Senator Dave Corsese.
Guys, no. Hold on, guys. Let Dave Courtesy put his point. My question before Dave, where was APCA before we initiated this? So you keep that thing in mind, where was APCA? This is not a APCA event, this is a common man's event. Okay? This is not APCA's event. This is a common man's event. Call was from a common man, and common men get together here. So due credit goes to all the common men, not to APCA. Dave, please.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. We all appreciate 40 members of the Senate, both parties, 80 members of the Assembly, both parties. I can speak for all of them. We appreciate you being here. This is democracy. This is your building. This is your place. And I'm here, as I have been with some of the leadership folks that have talked to me, to hear your concerns and to make sure that we do the right thing. I do want to clarify, I want you to hear it in 2 minutes in my own words. My own words. I believe in face-to-face, eye-to-eye contact and communication. That is, this bill in its form now and in its original form last February does not prohibit or ban the pursuit of shoplifters in any way, shape, or form. We've talked to many people about that, including earlier today, as you heard. If there is any further language that needs to be put in the bill to further clarify that intent or reassure people, that's fine. This bill is really what some of you will understand exactly what I'm talking about, an OSHA bill that basically requires that your injury prevention plan have an addendum on it that indicates what any employer will do in the case of certain situations, like a violent intruder. And I started doing this work immediately after the VTA shooting in my district, after I saw what happened to people, like one of the victims, a 36-year-old Sikh from the Gurdwara in our district, who was killed while trying to rescue people and save people from an armed intruder coming in. And my question was, what could we do better in the future to make sure that that doesn't happen? And the first answer I got back from the local sheriff is we need plans in place at every employment. They could be simple, they could be one page, but just the basic information on how do we handle these situations. I believe all of you already have those plans in place in your businesses. You're not the problem, you're the victims of a big spike in property crime and theft crime and criminal activity in your areas. And I'm looking forward when we get to January and we can introduce new bills, of introducing a bill that will help with the public safety side of this problem. This bill is simply to help put a plan in place for when those incidents do happen, how do we respond, and that's really just an OSHA situation, occupational safety situation. I chair the Labor Committee, that's why I work on these kind of bills. But in January, I hope I can work with all of your organizations and individually work with you to put a bill together that will get this state to mandate and augment an increase in public safety response and prosecution as necessary of people who are absolutely abusive coming in and out of your out of your stores, out of your shops, out of your places of business. I'm a business owner myself from San Leandro to Santa Clara County, and I understand what it means to try to protect your livelihood, your property, and your life savings. Thank you for listening to me. My 2 minutes is up. I'll continue to work with you in the future. No.
If you need more time, please go ahead. Please stay. Go ahead.
Please give us the mic. We would like to talk to you. Just give us the mic.
Couple of questions for you.
If people have questions, you can just ask the question. I'll answer.
Hold on. Dr. Harminder Singh,
Please.
Dr. Harminder, he got a question for you.
Okay.
Dave, please.
You can take another mic. You have only.
Thank you so much, Senator Cortez and his team, to come here to listen to our concerns and explaining his understanding about the bill to us. So we have studied this bill and dissected it and tried to understand how it helps the businesses, retail businesses, and the employees. So I like the language which says workplace safety, specifically clause 11. This bill, first of all, was not, we would have appreciated if you have consulted the retailers when you prepared this bill. This bill misses the representation of the retailers, and retailers, the small business owners, are the backbone of United States of America's economy. If the small businesses are broken, if we lose our businesses, there would not be any retail employees, there would not be any small businesses in USA. It would be big corporations and big employee unions running the show, and we can go into a dystopian society like Haiti, like Ukraine, like USA, and like Afghanistan. So we urge you to reconsider, because you see all those retailers, our livelihoods, each business supports 5-6 families, 2-3 business owners, and 2-3 families of the employees. You are putting too much burden on the retailers, the business owners, to have the workplace safety plan, to document the log of the violence and every event. There is no word in it which protects the businesses. This bill, in essence, should be called Retail Business Killer Bill SV 553. So we would appreciate if you invite the Retailers Association and their representation. We can bring up our concerns why we are opposed to this bill. Second point, we appreciate you are doing efforts. However, we are the one who stand 24 hours and manage the businesses with everybody, the good customer doing the services, as well as we have to deal with the shoplifters and the robbers. This bill does not say anything how our businesses will be protected from the shoplifters, how our business and employees will be protected from the robbers. These two things are missing from this bill. That's why we oppose this bill. This bill SV 553 in its current form. This bill does not deserve to be going forward without consultation with the retail businesses. We have one more request to Mr. Cortez. They can have this bill. We are perfectly fine. We don't have any objection, provided they can remove the word retailers from this bill. Retailers are different from big hospitals. Retailers are different from Amazon. Retailers are different from Walmart and Costco. They can afford to have their safety officers, their security guys. We cannot afford. We are running on very thin margins. So let me give my interpretation of this bill. This bill is very strong. This looks like has been sponsored by the security companies who want retailers to hire security personnel. Number one. Number two, this bill appears to be sponsored by the trade unions so that it makes the retailers to very hard to have an employee who will work for them. It will put too much burden on one mom-pop shop to have all those plans and documents. Where is the law enforcement protecting us? That part is missing. The third party, which I believe could be behind this bill, who would benefit if this bill gets passed, and I tell you who that thing is. That's Amazon. Those are the big corporations. They want us to vacate our 7-Elevens, gas stations, liquor stores, so that we cannot run it profitably, and they will then take over and they will do whatever they want to do. And be ready to apply for jobs or go begging and become homeless. This bill is not acceptable to us. If this bill is acceptable to you, raise your hand. Anybody accept this bill? No. Okay. Okay. Do we say SB 553 no? No. Thank you.
I just listened for 5 minutes and I still haven't heard a question. All right? If you guys want to engage in democracy, ask questions and I'll answer them instead of putting forward conspiracy theories, okay? Walmart is not my friend, all right? I oppose Walmart.
They are your friend.
Well, you guys, if you guys want to make good laws, we can make good laws. If you want to have conspiracy theories, then we could do that. This bill does not require anybody, and it never has, it does not require anybody to pay for or hire security. Period. Full stop. It does not require that. So I got to finish. You had your chance. Statement number one is false because the bill does not require that. We know in small businesses, in shops, even insurance companies, the person who provides the security is one or two people, an owner or an employee that is helpful with security. That's fine. That's what's happening.
You guys in the election.
That is not in the bill. No requirement to hire or contract with any security whatsoever. It's simple. The bill simply says if you do have security, you should write down that fact on your plan, which may be one page, that you put in your OSHA file. If you have it, put down that you have it. If you don't, if you do it yourself, put down that you do it yourself. I don't know what costs anybody any money, including me and my business with that. Second, yeah. I already answered the questions about who's behind the bill. That's clear. It's part of the law that we list who's sponsoring the bill and who's not sponsoring the bill. We have been criticized for other reasons that you haven't mentioned by the very same big retailers that you're talking about. But the only person that designed this bill is me. So your beef is with me. And nothing that was just said brings back the life of a 36-year-old Sikh in my community that was shot at BTA because there was no plan in place. Or my cousin who was shot in the face at Safeway because he was trying to go call the police. Not his job, but he was trying to go call the police and an intruder shot him. There should be plans in place to help us with those problems while we're trying to take care of the big problem, which is you shouldn't have these intruders in the first place.
Guys, please. Just 1 second. The senator said he wants a question.
Paji, please. Paji, please.
I'm sorry, Dave.
Can you give me the mic? Can you give me the mic?
ਹੈਲੋ ਬ੍ਰਦਰਸ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਾ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪੁੱਛਣ ਲੈ ਗਏ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਲਿਖ ਕੇ ਦੇ ਦਿਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੂਟਿੰਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਕੋਈ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ ਡਿਸਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਯੂ ਗਾਇਜ਼ ਰਾਈਟ ਯੂਰ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਟਾਈਮ ਵੀ ਵਿਲ ਆਸਕ ਹਿਮ ਅਦਰਵਾਈਜ਼ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਟੂ ਹੈਵ ਅ ਟੇਬਲ ਟਾਕ ਵਿਦ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਦੇਵ ਐਂਡ ਵੀ ਵਿਲ ਗੋ ਫਰਮ ਦੇਅਰ We do not have time for every single question here. We will do as much as we can. With all due respect, thank you for your time, Dave. But
just one.
Exactly. Okay.
Just a one straight question is, like the gentleman said, take the retail word out of there. One of your statements in there says that if you have an unarmed employee, which is us, retailers, we have employees that are not armed. If they try to stop the theft, then you will be confronted.
That's not in the bill. No.
That you cannot touch that person. Now, how do we, I have businesses that have closed just because of that.
Yeah.
Many situations like that. All these people are here today because they earn a living
Let me
that's
answer the
worth.
question.
So please.
Yeah. The bill does not stop you from having an employee or yourself stop a shoplifter or an intruder. All right, it does not do that.
It does. It does. It does.
That's our concern.
Rather than the paper.
He's saying a lot of things that are not true, talking about armed and unarmed and so forth. What the bill says, and I think it pertains especially to your business, is who that person is. Who that person is should be listed on your OSHA plan. Is it the owner and the cashier? Is it the owner and two cashiers? It should be listed. If it's not listed, then there's an
Okay,
owner.
I have a question. I have a business.
Yes.
Someone comes tomorrow because I'm working there.
Yeah.
My hard money, someone's coming stealing that product.
Right.
You're telling me I can protect myself and my product?
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
then why that just happened? You guys were gonna take that to the DA, and you guys were almost gonna file charges against that person.
But this bill is-
Listed
This-
incorrectly. All we want is answers. Are we allowed to attack, do what we need to do to protect our business and our product? Because you guys are allowing people to come into our business and take our product and walk out while they say, don't touch me, don't touch me. Then you have social media letting people say, hey, let that corporate life, let those people go, let them go. Why should we let them go? It's our hard money that we're working for, standing every day, 20, 30 years for businesses that are closing down now.
Yeah.
So that's my question.
So
What can we do if you can't touch them?
my bill does not say you can't touch them, but if you see language in the bill, it's only a couple of pages to read. If you see language that you think says that, what you just said, then I'll strike that language. But first you need to show me that language, because otherwise it makes me feel like you're repeating something you heard from somewhere else about my bill. Because the bill doesn't say that. It doesn't do that. It's exactly the opposite. It says we are having crime and we need awareness and we need to be ready for it.
So what can we do about when we call you guys or the police officer?
What do you mean call me?
Benji, एक minute, step 1 second, please. Okay, I have like this number 12. Provision prohibiting the employer from maintaining policies that require employees who are not dedicated safety personnel to confront active shooters or suspected shoplifters. So that means we have to have someone who's like, according to your guidelines, it's a security person, right? It's a special person who had a special training. Can you please explain this?
Yeah. Dedicated security personnel could be yourself or anybody that you want. It just simply says that your plan should say that if you have somebody responsible for security, you need to put that down.
Okay,
So if OSHA comes in and says, hey, how do you guys handle security?
Right.
You get the form out and you say, just how we wrote it down here, I handle it and my cashier handles it, or whatever the case may be.
So, okay.
That's called dedicated security. Maybe you're the dedicated security.
Right.
It's up to you.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. So we,
Even emergency call.
Paji, please.
you-
I
if
agree
you
with
want
you.
to hire someone, it's up to you.
If the store is open 24 hours, so we have to have 3 people, 8 hours each shift. Is that correct? That's a dedicated security person because
Ask it again.
yeah. So we have to have like 7 by 24. Someone who is dedicated security person who is being trained as a specific security person according to your guidelines. We have to have that person there 24 hours, right?
No, it's saying that if you do designate someone in charge of security, that's fine.
Right.
Put it down on the form that you're doing that.
Okay.
Most of the people I talk to, at least in small stores and businesses, they say we're already doing that. We know exactly who handles security issues in our store. This bill just says, good, just write that down. So if OSHA comes around,
Right.
they can see that you did that.
I agree. And one more question before we actually go next. Is it true? I'm saying, is this true if someone, due to any lack of communication or anything, or like, we have to write down every single incident that happens in our store, right? Somebody is drunk, they come start cursing at us or throw water on us or something like that. We refuse to sell them something. He just using a rough language. and it says we have to maintain a log of every single incident. If we fail to do that, there will be $18,000 fine first time, 25 next time. Is this true?
That's OSHA citation. They
Yes.
can cite us.
Exactly.
Close our business.
No, hold on. That's my question. Thank
Yeah,
you.
he's asking if you're required to have a security log, but it's for violent incidents. If you have violent incidents, you log them and you move on. Go on to the next customer. The idea is, for the purposes of trying to deal with some of these bigger problems, that you're keeping data yourself, not depending on the police department or anybody else. And the OSHA or state agencies come in and say, let's see your log. They're not trying to see your log to see if you're perfect. They're trying to see your log to see what level of incidents are you having in this store, to inform. It informs us, it informs the state legislature, informs the governor, especially how bad the problem is. And what I'm hearing is, and I know, the problem's bad. And this is just a way to document it. There's no requirement to review those documents except once a year. And that minimum once a year is by the owner of the business.
But, Dave,
Yeah.
Senator, thank you so much for coming here and spending time with us, answering all those questions.
Can I ask one question? Yeah. We called your office and we told them about this is what the bill is going to be. All we got the answer is hire a security guard, and you were saying we don't need it. Does your office doesn't know about your bill?
We don't say that. We understand
Yes, we
that.
heard it. We got the call.
It's a misunderstanding. I'm telling you now.
But I have a question here.
Paji,
Please,
Paji,
please,
Paji, no
please.
more questions.
Okay.
No more questions.
Why not?
Thank you.
Please.
No more questions, guys. We have great speakers here. Dave, thank you so much. Nahi, Paji.
Retailers,
ਜਿਹੜਾ main ਗੱਲ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਨਹੀਂ
just one question to you. You have heard the author of this bill, David Cortez from Santa Clara. He is elected by people like us. After hearing him, do you still want SB 553? Do you want SB 553? We have nothing against Mr. David Cortez. However, we are all against this bill. They need to remove the word retailers from this bill. Do you support this? They need to remove the word retailers, otherwise we are against this bill unanimously. SV 553, no, 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 no. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We do have, guys, I'm so sorry, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੁੱਛੇ ਗਏ। ਭਾ ਦਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ 47, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਰਜ਼ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਿਖਾ ਲਿਓ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਕਾ ਦਾ ਫੂਡ ਹੱਥ 'ਚ ਫੜਿਆ ਨਾ, ਇਹ ਆਪਕਾ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਿਓ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ 47 ਪਾਸ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ 450 ਤੋਂ 950 ਤੇ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਨਾ, ਆਪਕਾ ਦੇ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛੋਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਲਈ। Paji, no.
My question is, no, hold on, please.
Haji.
My question is, how we could not ask him to
ਇਹਦਾ ਬਿੱਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਭਾਜੀ।
to bring another law to protect all the retailers, please.
Paji,
Give me
ਅਸੀਂ
second.
SB
No, give me a second, Paji. Give me a second, please. What I'm trying to say that if they can bring this bill, they're saying in this bill that they are protecting the retailer. They are not protecting the retailer. They are protecting to all those people stealing from us.
Paji, ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ।
Paji, one second. But if we ask him, okay, bring another law, that is there anything they can do?
Paji, this is not the time to discuss that. ਦੇਖੋ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ, ਓਕੇ ਬ੍ਰਦਰ, ਇਹ ਮੁੱਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਿੱਲ ਫੇਲ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਆਏ ਆ, ਨਾ ਕਿ ਨਵੇਂ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਤੇ ਛੇੜਨ ਆਏ ਆ। ਭਾਜੀ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਯਾਰ, ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼। ਇੱਥੇ ਹਰੇਕ ਬੰਦਾ ਲੀਡਰ ਬਣਨ ਨਾ ਆਵੇ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਦਾ ਚਾਹੇ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਕਰਿਓ ਤੇ ਚਾਹੇ ਕਰਿਓ ਰਾਜ਼ੀ, ਪਲੀਜ਼।